question. Some people might consider this petty, but I actually genuinely want to know. If you are a racist, how do you watch sports? It baffles me to know if you're a racist, how do you how do you cheer for a team that has people of color on it? Do you remove your racism whenever you're cheering for them, and then if they don't give you the result that you want, then you lash out and you become a racist? Like, I'm trying to understand the mindset that goes into, you know what? I don't really like black and brown people. But you know what? I'll cheer for them, whatever. They score a touchdown or hit the game-winning shot. You go crazy. You're all about it and you love them. But do you? Because you're actually a racist. So I'm trying to understand the mind of a racist. And I know this is kind of like one of those weird things where you're like, what is she talking about? Why is she doing this? But I'm genuinely curious. Like, these are the weird things that pop up in my brain. I'm genuinely curious to know if you're actually, how does racism work when it comes to sports? Because it feels like racism only exists if maybe they don't do what you want them to do. So if they don't win the game, if they don't play well, then you lean on your racism. But if they do well and they do what they're supposed to do, then you're okay spending your money, clapping, being in support of said person. Is that how it works? Like, I'm really trying to understand how being racist works when you're a fan. And I really need somebody to explain this to me, because seriously, if you actually think a certain culture or a certain whatever is less than you and you're better than them, then how do you cheer for them? Like, how do you sit back and clap your hands and get excited and place bets and do certain things? Is your racism conditional? Is the racism conditional on what the person is doing? Because if that's the case, what kind of racism is that? Anyways, this is just food for thought. Food for thought. One of those random things that popped up in my head is because obviously I'm like looking at Twitter and there's like a lot of weird things happening, a lot of weird things being said by people that are very racist. So I'm just wondering, like, how are you a fan of a team, and how do you cheer for a team, and how do you go on Twitter, go into spaces, watch videos, do all of the engage with people when deep down you're a racist? Why would you care? It's like when I don't like something or when I don't like someone, I just disengage with them. But you're a racist and you actually don't like people of color, but yet you're engaging and having dialogue and doing all of these things with people of color, and you're cheering for people of color. So I'm just confused. So can somebody like get in my comments below and let me know like your experience, if you're a racist or if you've had a racist friend or if you know somebody that's racist? Can you ask them, like, how do they consume sports? How do they actually watch it and cheer for somebody that they actually hate, but do they really hate them? Or are they really just scared of them? Or are they really just concerned that that person's going to come? Like, I'm trying to understand how racism works when you're a sports fan. Can somebody explain that to me, please? Anybody, just remove my comments. I'm just curious to know, like, how does being racist work when you're a sports fan? I'm genuinely curious. Somebody please let me know.